How are we keeping? It's David O'Connor here from Doc Fitness, and I have Coach Kate here with me just to run through some 3 basic exercises that we see done horribly wrong time and time again. And even the people that tell us they have been training a while and if they join Doc Fitness, it's still nearly irrelevant because they're still doing things, well, say suboptimal. I don't want to say arseways in a way, but again, there are 3 basic things that are highly missed, and people are wondering why then they might have pain in certain areas or not progressing with movements as well, or that they kind of know they're doing them arseways too. So we're going to run through the plank, which I'd say everyone should know about this stage. A basic squat and a goblet squat, which is a great starting pattern for the squat. And then we're going to run through some push-ups as well. Now, I'm using Kate because it's very, very easy to see a lady break down in them compared to a man, from what we see anyway. But again, it's the same principles across the board. This is for men and ladies, and what we see and how we kind of fix those things as well. And I've done a lot of videos on this already, but sometimes it's good to just get them all into the one video and show you straight off the bat. So let's get into the first one, which is the plank. So Kate just hopped into a basic plank. Now look, this is what we see a lot. You can see lower back hanging down, glutes not on, quads not on, even a slight little bend in the knees, small little points. But again, if Kate takes a break, if you stand up, or technically what Kate's doing in the plank is this. If you put your hands overhead, Kate, for a second so we can see, you can see the lower back arch prominent here, and nobody stands like that. So that's basically what's happening in the plank. So where's the pressure going? Straight into the lower back here. So if Kate knew how to pull her rib cage down basically in line with her pelvis and locking it in, as it's called. So if you pull that down, Kate, and brace in your core, and just stand tall. And if Kate squeezes her glutes, locks in her abs, she's in a tall standing position, but her core is actually firing as well. And all we want to do now is replicate that in the plank. So all Kate's after doing now here is locking her abs. So the cue that we use is pulling your belly button into your spine. She's turning on her glutes, she's squeezing her glutes, and she's squeezing her legs, she's tension on. Now you can see there's a few small little points here we can fix as well. So if Kate's hips drop a tiny bit lower, so basically from her shoulder, hips and ankles are roughly all in one line, same with her head. If you look at her elbows, we want to get those elbows directly underneath the shoulders roughly, or even slightly in front is a good point to have. Arms out in front, because when she has it then, she can do the motion where she's pulling her elbows back in towards her body, and it just creates more tension. You can see now she's a proper plank, she's tension coming from each end, and she's basically working her core properly and not working her lower back like most people do. So next up is our goblet squat. Goblet squat is just a move that we use to bring beginners onto nice and quick because it's very, very easy to learn. But again, this is a problem we see time and time again. Let's just have a look at what Kate does when she's doing her goblet squat. Kate finds it hard to do a bad one these days. But basically what I'm trying to show you here is her legs are not working, they're not turning on as such. Because what you want is to create a tension against the floor, so similar to a plank, you're actually working the leg muscles in this. So it's more another cue as well, is keeping that chest up nice and proud. We're not going to get too deep into breathing stuff here, but if you holding that bed up nice and high, if you look at Kate's elbows, we use a cue for elbows tracking just roughly inside that knee. And if you fight to keep your chest up, kind of slightly perk your bum back, and as you sit down you're pushing the floor open with your feet, your legs should be tracking and should be turned on, not going out over your baby toes, if that makes sense. So you can see Kate's pushing the knees out here. Now look, it's hard to do this if you're doing this at home, so one little trick we like to use is just a mini band to know how to create that tension with your legs. Because when you're pushing the floor open, your knee should automatically track kind of out the way. There should be no kind of buckling of the knees coming in. So what this band is going to teach Kate is how to do the squat properly and how to push out the way and feel her legs and glutes working. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. So nice big proud chest, watch the elbows track inside the knee. But here we're looking mainly at pushing the knees right out, coming up, squeezing your legs and squeezing your bum at the top to make sure that everything is turned on properly. Next up is the one that has done the worst of all time, the push-up. And here is a simple fact that a lot of lads and ladies are just not ready to go off the floor yet. So this is what we usually see. Some form of variation of, again, you can see the core absolutely hanging down, elbows coming out to the sides like a chicken wing, and then it's the same principles if you're going off the knees as well. You can see Kate's not getting into a proper plank position, elbows flying out to the sides, and again, bum sticking up in the air. It might look as bad as that sometimes, but again, those problems are there. So how do we fix that and how do we do that? Well, firstly, what does a proper push-up look like? So, hands directly underneath the shoulders from here. You're getting in a plank position, so again, abs and glutes are turned on, lock them in, push up. So if you can hear she's screwing her hands to the floor, okay? And you can see her elbows are tracking, relax. Elbows are tracking back the way rather than flying up the sides. So roughly, if you want to be really, really technical with that, you can look at 45 degrees to the sides, or even small more in the way if you like. Because that's what creates tension, that's what keeps your arms turned on, to make sure your shoulders are safe, and all the proper stuff you want in the push-up. But if we go back to our band again, it's very, very easy teaching tool to use on an elevated surface. So you can practice at home with a chair or a table, for example. So for here, you can use a bar, elevated surface, chair. But again, it's the same principles. It's hands underneath the shoulders. Your body's in a plank. You walk your feet back a tiny bit. You're opening your toes here, because remember, that's what the push-up position looks like. I just literally tuck in and put it onto a bar surface. The band doesn't need to be tall as much here, because if you snap the bar, your elbows should track back the way anyway. But the band again is keeping them closer to the sides, not encouraging them to go out to the sides. So Kate's going to do two things here. She's going to have to fight that band going out the way, but the band is going to give her a bit of resistance and help her as well in the push-up. So again, just a good teaching tool. It's a small bit more awkward compared to the squat, but again, what you should have learned from that then is snapping the bar in two to get your arms, lats and shoulders and all that kind of stuff turned on. Again, and elbows are coming back the way rather than out to the sides. And she's in a plank. Now again, you might have seen some sort of variation of that before, because myself and other coaches have gone through detailed videos on the plank, the squat, the push-up, the hinge, all those type of movements, which is over on our YouTube channel as well, if you haven't seen those. But again, you can see there's different teaching tools for different things as well. The band is one you might have seen before, and it's just to know that you're using the muscles properly rather than just hanging off your joints like a skeleton. Because it's a lot of what we see, and there's a lot more you can get out of your training if you start doing those basic points right. So hopefully it was helpful. Give it a try at home if you have a band lying around as well. And if you have any friends that need to hear this or should see this, give them a tag underneath below. We shall chat to you soon. Bye bye.